Hello and welcome to Goa 365 Story Behind the Story. Now it's a new season going to come up shortly. At least new official season. It's a new government, a new time for tourism, which is the top business, the top industry in the state. We have faced a lot of issues in Goa as far as tourism is concerned. Though it is the hen that literally lays the golden, the eggs, the golden eggs, we've still had lots of issues, starting with the taxi, the issue, unresolved issue, infrastructure. Many of our beaches don't have changing rooms, don't have toilets. Then we have many other e-visas, charter tourists, lots of issues. So with us today to discuss these various issues is a very, very distinguished panel. I will introduce them one by one. Ernest Dias, CEO of Thomas Cook. Welcome to our show. Hemant Arondekar from CII. Hemant Bab, welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Nilesh Shah, a regular on our show from TTAG.
Thank
Bab, welcome to our show. Jack Sukija from GCCI. And Damodar Kochkar, very outspoken proponent of industry from GSI. Damodar Bab, welcome to our show. Now we've been discussing tourism, which is like mining. I don't know if it's like, it's not there. May never start, at least in the scale that we've seen so many years back. Tourism is the industry, with due respect to pharma and the manufacturing in the state. So we will start bring it up again. This time starting from Ernest and Thomas Cook. Now charters. You guys are the big, the big kids on the block. I can't say big kids, but how are you guys going to manage with Mopa and all this thing? Because many of the charters, the hotels are in South Goa. The issues and how as it is now, the taxi people are giving, they are having a lot of clashes and all. What's going to be the future?
Mopa, we had gone on a fam trip, the TTAG managing committee, and on that day itself, we faced a problem when we were leaving the airport. Because there's a narrow road which is now the only link to Mopa airport. It was jammed because there was some Shimo festival and we were stuck there for 1 hour. Now if they're going to depend on this road till the other road comes up,
that's going to take some time.
Yeah, it's going to be a mess. So that's one issue. Now regarding Mopa, everything today in the world depends on pricing. Whichever airport offers the best facilities as well as the best rates, I feel business will go there. So Mopa, we will definitely support Mopa, but there will be a lot of constraints. Secondly is the taxi problem. It will go up there.
Yeah, you can burst there, I think.
Because in Mopa, people from Perne have been promised that they can fly the taxis there. Now what happens to the taxis coming from the south? Will they be allowed to pick up people from Mopa? What about Mopa being in the neighborhood of Maharashtra? There will be taxis coming up and down from there. Will they be allowed? So these issues have to be sorted before even we think of opening the airport.
It's supposed to
They're
start.
talking about it, but I don't know whether it will.
See, basically, when we did a Reiki there, and they've been talking to us for almost last 1.5 to 2 years. Mopa. Okay. So the first thing if airport needs to succeed, this transportation will be the key. So otherwise, unless they have the proper transport, because see, everybody will not able to offer the taxi from there. Even assuming that we have a digital way of booking the taxis there, they will have to have a proper coach system, which goes to up to interiors of South Goa, up to Lila, to Kankon, here up to Panjim, Margao, Ponda, all the places. So, and that also has to be every 20 minutes coaches needs to be there. Because what way I see it, there will be no NOTAM at Mopa, which is there at Dabolim. And what information I am getting from the airlines are very keen. One of the major airlines is very keen in making that as a hub to start immediately. And if that happens, we'll have a 2-tier and 3-tier cities connectivity big way directly into Goa. So right now you have Air Asia starting flights to Lucknow from August, Similarly, you can be rest assured each and every city from India, I mean major cities from India will have connectivity into Goa, and it will be it may be Dabolim or it may be Mopa, but Mopa chances are more because there are more number of hours which are available. The carrying capacity they are talking about to start with almost 4.4 million a year. Well, here we already have a 7 million, which is already operational.
Saturated, I think.
Not saturated, it is there. I mean, it is possible to have, but we have. So they gradually they will increase. But to Mopa to succeed or tourism to continue where it is in Goa, I think we require a good transport system. It is not only digital way Ola Uber, but good electric coach service or whichever way of luxury buses from Mopa to one end to other end of Goa. So that is only way forward if tourism needs to succeed. As when we were talking earlier, other destinations are opening up. Thailand is opening up big way. Sri Lanka, because of present political turmoil, it's down. But be rest assured, if that turmoil is over, the lot of charters will move to that destination. So looking into all that with competition coming in, because we are always talking about revenge tourism. Goa was the first preferred, so we had lot of locals who came into Goa. But for Goa to remain in limelight, we need to have our transport system to be corrected big way.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Now, Hemant Bab, see now, Nilesh Bab is talking about transport, Mopa, all that. But there are other aspects. Now, transportation, again I say, now we are only talking about hotels. But there are other types of tourism. Like, see, tourism in Goa, what we see, X amount, say, I don't know, I may be wrong. This, you all will have to correct me, you all are the experts. 20% of the people bring in almost 90% of the revenue. 80% of the people come, go, whatever. So, one. Second thing is, lot of industry comes to, we have pharma, major pharma, manufacturing, XYZ. All that transport is very important. I know we touched on it earlier, but see, like a CEO of some big company comes, a pharma company, like any of your companies in Verna, he comes to the airport. Now, tomorrow if that taxi guy says, no, your company car cannot come and pick it up, what's going to happen? Second thing, are we only going to be like, the one horse race, the beaches, or are we going to, we need some other type of tourism? You always been talking about this,
nautical
tourism, XYZ.
Yeah, so we have been trying to push nautical tourism through CI for the last couple of years.
Will that succeed? The MPT has just cancelled
my only case is, let's say if you want to talk numbers, like I've been telling them, every year, of course, pre-COVID, there are around 3,000 yachts that go from Europe to Southeast Asia. They are going down our coast.
Southeast Asia means Thailand, all that.
So you have 3,000 yachts that are going. These are like high huge net. This is like taking up on your 80-20 formula. What you just said. These are high net.
But you agree with the 80-20 formula?
They'll be
I don't.
They'll be better.
Okay, sorry.
I'll debate a little bit later. Let him finish.
So we are missing on all them. They're coming out of Suez. And there's no facility here on our western coast. Goa, we are the tourism, kingdom or whatever you want to say. And we are missing out on it, right? So why not add a new product which are controlled numbers? We are not running after numbers like every year, 10 lakh, 20 lakh flights or whatever. But these would be high-end tourists that would come into Goa, which would require high-end facilities here, which would help the hotels, which would help the locals also. See, the another key is the spin-off benefit this would have on the shipping industry. See, Goa is again a hub for shipbuilding activity here. And this would be where they require repairs and facilities like that. Even the shipping industry would, benefit from that. So actually the figures itself indicate, how this Goa is perfectly placed to grab this as a hub. The center is trying to push Lakshadweep today.
Yeah.
You can actually launch into Lakshadweep from Goa. People would prefer to come to Goa. Right now, if you want to get into Lakshadweep, it's via Cochin. But if you want to sail into it, I have sailed last year. We sailed from here to Lakshadweep and back. It was just a 2.5 day journey by wind. Actually, we sailed, not even motored. So it's a real doable kind of a product for Goa to be the hub. And I seriously feel that the state should seriously look at it and create the infrastructure and the rules for it.
Yeah, I'll get back to on the taxi thing. Jack, you're talking about the 80.
So I think for most industries that formula is common. One of the few industries that doesn't apply to is tourism.
Okay, fair
The
enough.
only reason is because there's so much circulation of money in tourism. Now you take Kalangut 30-40 years back. It was generally regarded as a holiday destination, but it was regarded as more of a fishing village or something like that. The Taj came up. With the Taj, you had an entire ecosystem of entrepreneurs who came into play. The shacks came up, this thing came up. Today, Talangut is the richest panchayat in Goa. And it has all been done on the basis of development being spread across a number of people. You take our own case of a place like Fontainebleau. There would be at least 30 enterprises today who individually drive tourism. So while what is captured largely is that 20% might give you the higher revenue, there are a lot of spillover effects from tourism which benefit a lot more people than any other industry, is my way of looking.
Fair enough. I agree with you partly. Why I will agree with you partly, I'm saying, because I'm not talking about the people who come and frequent shacks and they go to the hotels, even the smaller hotels and the smaller. What I'm talking about, the people who come by vehicles, they'll come by taxis, 10-15 of them. And they'll go to
There'll be 5 to 10% of them.
only.
No, but what my question is, do we want Goa to be converted into panchayats earning more? Is it a place now? Now, if you ask any Goan, would he like to go to Baga and Kalangut? I would not prefer to go.
I don't go.
That has been the other
See,
effect.
this kind of development actually we don't want. Maybe one place we have created, let it be there for those 10% what you are talking about. But entire Goa we don't want to
This is my
convert
point.
into
But
this,
your
kind,
point I was
this
trying
kind
to
of a
make.
thing.
Yeah.
Like why in South Goa it is better, right now we can go to some beach and we find that peaceful.
Not Kolva word.
Not Kolva, but there are certain beaches down there. But if you come to North Goa, if you enter Kalangut, you feel like you are somewhere else.
But that is a different, what he's talking about, whether the panchayat should control. What I'm telling is about the economic spin-offs which have gone off. You check at a local, it has given people self-respect, it has given people the ability to earn.
Kerala, if you see, they have the beaches, they have the hinterlands, and the type of tourists who goes to Kerala are the people with the money, They have they promoted Ayurveda so very well.
Yes.
Why couldn't Goa do that? We have better beaches.
Couldn't or can't. Should.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We should have
One of
done
those.
it. And our hinterlands are beautiful. It's not that even the charter client, it's not that he only goes to the beaches. Today we have charter clients who are going and staying at wilderness.
No, but Ernest, which charter client would want to go to Kalangut?
Yeah, Kalangut.
You tell me one thing.
Yeah.
Is it? It's not. I don't know when I have last been
And
to Kalangut.
why people are getting attracted to Goa? Because our culture is totally different.
Yes. Yes.
That is why people want to come to Goa, because people are are multicultural thing, and
I would like to interrupt you on this. The 10-15% also come to Goa because of this culture to see the other tourists.
So we have to make use of that advantage.
Basically, I think Goa needs to innovate itself, because this millennium people who are coming in, they are looking into exponential tourism.
Yes.
In fact, earlier also I talked on. Earlier in Pontanich area, only we used to see foreigners on the roads. Now we see lot of locals. Any given time, there is lot of traffic of locals, especially youngsters who wants to visit that area. So there is a lot of take for exponential tourism into Goa. And when new people which are going to come in, the new set of people who are going to visit Goa, they are going to look for something else, addition to the sand, sea and sun which we are going to offer. And hinterland in Goa has lot to offer. Even in monsoon, you see it's very beautiful. It is that how we market ourselves, how we promote ourselves. Like Goa made a change when they came with the concept of 365 days on holiday. Unfortunately, earlier also I have said, and we have requested also, we don't have any tagline for Goa as of now. So basically, years together you have Goa's own country for Kerala. For Gujarat also you have vibrant Gujarat. From nowhere they have come and they are occupying the place in the tourism sector. So Goa has lots to ponder and think on the policies, that how to make it things proper, like Kalangut Baga we are talking about. why it's so bad. It's not that it cannot be corrected. It can be corrected. So what are the things which can help to correct? And that thought process has to go into it. Have good changing rooms there. Have good toilets there. They have said that they will park the coaches outside near the church. That's fine. But have a transport system to take them inside and bring them back.
Exactly.
So no, these are basic things which are required. Once if you want to kill the destination, then you stop. That you can't do that. So we don't want to. We want Goa to remain, and we want the economy which has thrived in Kalangut Baga to have that same thing. If that has to remain, then the mind has to be applied to correct things. So I think it's high time that the actual things which are wrong, and everybody knows. It's not that rocket science that nobody knows about it. Everybody knows what are the challenges are there and how it can be corrected. I think it is that high time the government sits together and try to resolve this issue and take the help of the industry if required.
See, the other, I would like to bring one thing to you. Talk about revenues. Now, ultimately, tourism brings in a lot of revenue into the state. See, Goa government doesn't have much revenue. You have to admit. You're talking about infrastructure. Infrastructure is not our money. Infrastructure is coming from the center.
Yeah, right.
All the roads, everything, whatever spending you see, it is coming from the center. Now GST is from next month. I think that we are not going to get. What are we going to do? Why is the government? Not why is the wrong thing, but the government should actually start pushing you guys.
That is what I have been talking all this while. See, earlier we were mostly depending upon the mining revenue.
Yes.
Which is totally gone.
It's gone.
Second was
I don't think it'll ever come back.
Yeah. Where second
Mining.
was the tourism, which was contributed, and the third was the manufacturing industry wise. Now tourism, because of COVID also, it went down last 2 years. Now it is picking up, but that is not sufficient even to pay the salaries of the government employees.
My
if you
point
see.
exactly.
If you see
My
the
point
way
exactly.
they are adding on the employees in government, and with that all reservations which are useless people, and we are feeding them by paying our we are earning to it is a fact now.
Of course.
Because you are not getting that money from the central government. We are generating whatever revenue all of us are generating, it goes into paying their salary, and we are not getting that kind of output wherein the revenue generation engine is growth is not there. If you see last 5 years, no big industries, or rather I would say no industries have come to Goa because of the pathetic or the this kind of approach of all these people down the line. See, top people may be talking about new policy.
The intent is there, but
intent is there, policy is there, but down the line, down the line their attitude is like this, that if you want, you come. They will make the top person to run around up and down, because they are getting, at the end of the day, they are getting the salary. And we are talking about Telangana, Telangana government, what they have done, they have made all government employees responsible. If somebody is not doing, they are cutting their salary. That you have to implement first in Goa.
I would like to interrupt you on this on 2 points. Like we had this, just yesterday I was talking with some of my reporters here. They have this road safety thing. I brought up road safety because of the roads and the thing in the state. Now, for road safety are supposed to be meetings. Okay, for road safety, they bring NGOs and all. Now, reporters, the collectors are not talking to the reporters. Why? I told my people, I said the collector I am paying his salary. IAS, IPS, last time also I had attacked the IPS officers, the way they are handling Kalangut and all that. They are big murders, rapes and all they can do. They are few. What about the robberies that are happening regularly? What about that negligent driving? What about the way the people are driving all over the road? The signals are not, none of the signals are working even in city. Take a round around the Panjim city and find out. They have put 2 sets of signals. One old one new one with cameras. Not working.
See, now
this is what I am saying.
See, now
who is that? The politicians are not be blamed. Everybody blames politicians.
Yeah.
What about these government servants, these bureaucrats, all these guys? They are not getting salaries, big fat salaries. So much of cars, so many, I don't know, security for what?
No, see what is happening, nobody wants to talk about this. See,
we are talking about it.
Few people are talking. Now in general public, now if you see the press is talking, press is asking the question. Now actually every person is having the, this smartphone. And it is now, you can ask question on the social media. You can make any a bureaucrat or public servant responsible, because it goes viral anytime. It's not only now limited to the press release or whatever comes on a paper or this. This is also a high tool. So I would like to say that all Goans have to become vocal, and they have to talk about whom they have elected. If they are not doing proper job, they have to ask question.
I agree.
Unless they ask question, the things won't improve.
Absolutely, we get the leaders that we deserve. Also, see, Goans are vocal.
Yeah.
Lot of few NGOs are vocal. They don't want mobile towers. They don't want garbage in their villages.
See, you can't have. You are asking not to have mobile tower, but you are carrying your mobile.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, that is.
Jack, you want to add on to this because you.
No, so you like you said, where are the revenues coming from? And one of the things, yes, you have two aspects. You generate sales and you increase revenue. The other thing is you cut costs in any business. Now, if you look at any government department and all, what is the efficiency level of any project? I'm sure if you do it properly, 30 to 40% can be saved on that.
By sacking people.
Not sacking people. By utilizing resources better. Right now, even sacking is a different issue, but at least you can rationalize salaries and you can see that it's performance based is what.
But why? Now you talk about why you're talking about government servants. Look at the contractors, Panjim, Jack, you, me, Nilesh, we are roaming in Panjim. Look at the road going to Miramar. Look at the road outside the casinos, contractor. Why is he not arrested?
No,
You put one post against a politician,
I would like to say on
Okay.
this, it is not the response. It is, see, culprit is not only the contractor.
Supervisor, PWD engineer, put him also
No,
inside.
no.
Why
See,
not?
if you see the system, the amount that poor fellow gets at the end,
That is the
that decides the quality.
but
that decides the quality of the road.
Anyway, that
See,
is
so honestly, that money came from the center.
Yeah.
It was meant for the central guys' visit for that time, and not for us.
No, this is not.
This is a joke. It's a joke.
Local, it's local money. Yeah. So
No, but it was made for a particular minister's visit, no? I mean, off the.
yeah, Nilesh is feeling little uncomfortable.
It's not just uncomfortable. It is basically everybody knows the problems. It's not that it cannot be solved. It is one question is always of political will. When we talk about political will, it is question of accountability of the bureaucracy also.
Major part, I think.
Because ultimately, what happens if there is hand and glove with bureaucracy and political masters, then the lot of things.
I'd like to add to this. Sorry, Nilesh, I'd like to add to this. See, last time out of 40, around 20 have got thrown out, the MLAs. Which bureaucrat has been thrown out?
Absolutely.
Is there?
Absolutely. And basically, even if you go to any government office, where you are treated today as if you are come for begging them, when you are actually on your thing, they are surviving. One point which I would like to add is that most of the government departments has consultant today. I don't know how many, you are aware of it or not. You have I don't want to name, but they have the top consultants as even if you have to bring the money from the center, they have the consultant.
Why?
So it is the job of the existing people who are working in the government. Because of their inefficiency, they have to employ outside agency to get to do all these things. So basically, you have one of the highest workforce in the number of population in Goa. Still, if you have to hire people from outside to get your central fund to be released,
I think application of mind is not there.
I have a little bit different take on this in sense that
Me too.
if
But anyway.
the people who are working, they are honest in their job, and if they tell this is possible, this is not possible, it is their duty. I dare any politician will say do it. Go out against
Okay,
it.
guys, we've digressed little bit from the taxis, but this is one of the reasons why the taxi thing has never got sorted out. This is exactly one of the reasons. A lot of bureaucrats have been pinning, lot of course, MLAs, politicians, all sides have been
But
infrastructure, beach cleaning, you name it, all this. Now,
But-
Babu Asgokar is not going to come on the beach and check if the
Yeah.
beach is dirty.
But now, after making this statement in this assembly, that they are bound to get this taxi issues sorted out, and we all supporting government. I hope that within short period, it doesn't get dragged for a longer period.
Yes,
It gets resolved.
With this, we shall end this episode. Yeah, thanks.
Before
thanks,
you
Nalesh.
end, one more
Okay.
thing. The present taxi meters which are fitted in all taxis, they already that with that same system the taxi drivers can come together and operate their own app. It is a GPS based
It's
system.
mine and your
So-
money which they
so
have given.
why
subsidy.
not?
Why?
So why not? It is not that that meters they don't want to do it. They have put nice cloth. If you sit in them taxi, it's high
Yeah.
time. I think we start and questioning the authorities and the questioning the people, because ultimately our money they have given free
Subsidized,
meters.
Yes.
They also have GPS system where they can operate as a app-based system on their own. Forget about Ola, Uber or Goa Miles. They can have their own system, but it needs to be operated high time.
Maybe not. We'll have to see how this goes with the other bubs, time bound sort of a
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Thanks, Ernest. Thanks, Nilesh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you.
It's been interesting. Now we have to see again, always a slip between the cup and the lip. We'll have to see whether actually this time the tea or what is actually drunk and things get sorted out. It is our future. I don't think we have a choice. And this everybody has to realize, not only stakeholders, also the politicians and also the bureaucrats. Thanks and keep watching Goa 360.